Welcome back to another video and welcome back to my channel. So you probably clicked on this video because you looked at the title and you're thinking, wow. Now, if you know, then you know. So let's just cue the music and get on to it. So it is 2008. Well, before we get to 2008, my mom was noticing things when I was younger and I don't even remember. And I'm going to tell you the story as best as I can, as much as I can remember. Maybe before it happened and after it happened. So it is 2008 and I'm watching MTV. Like, my TV was on MTV almost 24/7. Just because of America's Best Dance Crew and other shows that I like watching, and there's some reasons why I liked watching those shows. So, when I was younger, before all of this had happened, I always felt different, not because of my disability, it's because of my bisexuality. So, again, I didn't really tell anybody about it because it was just a thing. When I was younger, I would be looking at myself thinking, oh, what is this? Like, you know, I don't want to go too much into detail, but yeah, you get it. Anyway, it didn't really bother me looking at girls because I was like, I'm a girl too. We all have the same body parts. I get it. Well, other things, I didn't even notice it myself until I was probably in my early 20s. In 2008, I was 22 going on 23 at the time. And I would watch this show called Shot at Love. I loved watching that show because there was some hot guys and some extremely beautiful girls. Well, you get the idea. You know what Shot at Love is about. Google it if you want to know more about it. And they would ask me, Kira, why are you watching that? That's inappropriate. I'm like, honestly, it's my TV. I'm a grown-up. I can watch what I want. So just leave me alone and leave me, just let me watch my show and leave me alone. I'm not going to sit there and tell you what you can and cannot watch. So don't try and tell me what I can and can't watch. I'm an adult. You expect me to sit there and watch Barney or SpongeBob or cartoons? No, not on my TV. That kind of stuff does not go on my TV. Well, I do like SpongeBob, but I'm not crazy about Barney. Well, Barney, if you like Barney, no offense. But I'm not going to sit there and watch kids shows just because you think that it's inappropriate. I'm a grown-up. Let me watch what I want. And that's why I have a TV. That's why I have a TV in my room, so I can watch what I want. That's the whole beauty of it. So anyway, let's get to the point. I would watch shows like Shot at Love and other things like that. And yeah, I loved watching that show. So, I lived with other girls, but I never had any thoughts or feelings about them or anything like that. So at the time, I didn't really think much of it, but I didn't really notice things until I was, maybe my mom noticed a few things when I was younger, but I don't remember. Like, this was something that she had already known before I even had the chance to tell her. So anyway, so it's 2010, fast forward to 2010. It was around that summer, and we finally get internet at our house, and I had my iPod Touch and my laptop and other things. And, well, I didn't have my laptop yet, but I had my iPod Touch, and, well, every time I had the opportunity to watch stuff on the internet, I would. So anyway, yeah, so 2010, 2011, well, I don't remember exactly what year I came out, but I do remember coming out. So yeah, 2010, maybe. Well, remember the music video to Marilyn Manson's Heart-Shaped Glasses? Well, if you've seen the video, you know, I'll probably find a picture of her and put her right here. So anyway, I would watch that video over and over and over. Not, okay, just like I used to play Tainted Love ad nauseum. I don't remember playing the song as much as I played the music video. And the reason why I played the music video, because Evan Rachel Wood. Well, at the time, I didn't know who she was or what her, I didn't know her name. I knew who she was, but I didn't really register to me. So I would watch that video over and over and over just because I wanted to see her. I would be staring at her. I'm like, the girl in the heart-shaped glasses, she is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how to describe it, but you have her and Marilyn Manson, so I'm like looking at both of them, especially. I'm probably looking at the both of them as equally, and I didn't feel as guilty about looking at her because she is around the same age as me, maybe a few years younger. I don't know. I looked her up, so I wanted to know who she was, so I looked her up, and yeah, you get it. So, oh my God. Evan Rachel Wood. My first ever female that I've ever had a crush on. Ever. And luckily, she wasn't going to do anything to hurt me or upset me. You know, I just looked at her as like a fictional character in a movie. Because, again, didn't really know who she was until I did some further research. So, one day, well, several months later, I go and visit my sister. Like, my sister, well, she's like my stepsister. Like, her dad and my mom were married for a while, and that's how we became close. So, and I'm still close to her to some extent, but not as close because, let's just say, life gets in the way of things. Well, anyway, one night I went to her house for a Christmas party or something like that. I can't remember if it was a Christmas party or if it was New Year's or what. I've slept since then. But anyway, I think my brother witnessed it and everybody else witnessed it, but I don't really remember, so I'm going to tell you this side of the story as much as I can. One of my sister's friends was lesbian. I don't know if she was lesbian or bi, but I want to say she was lesbian, 100%. And she starts flirting with me, and then next thing I know, I'm flirting with her. And things just went from there, and my sister came up to me and was like, "Are you?" Well, I didn't really talk much about it. Again, I don't really remember, but that's pretty much all I remember. And if I'm not mistaken, she kissed me on the cheek, and that was probably amazing. Like the first girl I've ever gotten into any contact with in a way, if that makes any sense. So, a few weeks later, I was bored, and the girl that I talked about, I used to live with this girl a long time ago, and her and I are no longer friends because of how she treated me, and I had shut her out of my life for a reason, and part of me wishes that I should have never told her this because she's no longer my friend, and I don't really, well, you get it. So one night, her and I were talking, and she asked me if I was bi, and I said, "How did you know?" And she's like, "Because such and such told me." So I'm not going to mention anyone else's names in this video just because I'm like, "Yeah, I am. What's wrong with it?" And she's like, "Nothing, I was just asking." So I say, "Yeah." And a few weeks later, I tell my mom, or I tell my sister, and then when I told my sister through text, it turned out that she had already known. And she tells me that I came out when I was drunk. So I want to say that was probably why I barely remember flirting with her lesbian friend. But let me say, let me be honest with you, lesbians are super friendly. Like, not in a bad way, but in a good way. It's just like they understand, and it seems like they're more understanding than men sometimes, I swear. And I'm not in any relationship with a guy right now, or anybody. I am happily single. And this is the part of myself that I spent a lot of time being single because that's the part of myself that I want to get to know more. Because what if I start dating a female and then I become complete? What if I become, if you know, you know. Well, anyway, after I came out to my sister. She already knows it, and then she tells my brother, apparently, because my brother calls me and asks me, "Kira, are you attracted to other girls?" I'm like, I pause. I didn't know what to say, and I felt my heart drop down to my stomach. I'm like, oh my God, my brother is going to pick on me for this. Guys, excuse the dogs barking. They do that all the time. So we're not even gonna mind that. So maybe you can hear it over the music, maybe you can't. I don't know, but I can. Anyways, so my brother asked me, "Are you attracted to girls?" My heart just drops down to my stomach. I think my brother's gonna come at me or something. And he goes, "Kira, if you are, just say you are. It's okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And I start bawling. And my brother was way more understanding than I expected. I didn't expect for him to understand. But knowing my brother's always had my back. I was reassured that I can talk to him about anything. And we talked about a few things. And I was like, I'm really nervous about telling my mom. I don't know how she's going to react. But it turned out that my mom knew it all along. She discovered that when I was probably 8 or 9. That's what she told me because I did ask. And yeah, so it went from there. And a lot of people, when I came out, some people would tell me, "Don't come at me the wrong way because I don't do girls." And I don't have a problem with it. And for years, I questioned myself. Did I come out at a wrong time? Did I not? Well, I learned the hard way that people are going to judge you for who you are, judge you no matter what. And don't even worry about those people. And I remember telling my dad. And he may not agree with it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm happy. And I am happy. And I felt so much better after I did come out. I felt like finally I feel free. and I can finally be who I am and not try to hide stuff. Before coming out, I felt like I was living my life in one big lie. One big lie. And I felt like I had lied to myself all these years. Like the girl in the heart-shaped glasses. I didn't know who she was. Come to think of it, before realizing it, I had a big old crush on her. And Evan Rachel Wood, some of you may come at me for this, but guess what? It's okay, I don't care. She hasn't done anything to me. She hasn't ever done anything to hurt me. I don't know her. I've had dreams about her, but I will talk more about it in another video. Yeah, I would rather her not. Well, if she happens to watch, if you're watching right now, you know who you are. So anyway, I thought about following her on Instagram and on Facebook, but I was scared to. Do you know why I watched the Weird movie? I think I've talked about it before. I've watched the Weird movie over and over just because I liked watching her. Like, she's really good at playing Madonna. Anyway, no, this is not a phase. No, I didn't choose this, but your opinion, no one else's opinions matter. What matters is that how I feel and if I'm happy being the way that I am. So, anyway, I did upload this video, but I ended up taking it down because I didn't like how it turned out. So I'm redoing it. And yeah, so give this video a thumbs up, share, and if you want to know more about my story, or if you want to hear anything else, other stories about it, maybe I will talk more about it later on in the future, but for now, that's it. So, have a blessed day, everyone. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching.